Thank you for joining us today here at the Lampshades, a sit-in with the Lampshades. I'm your host, Priest of Most High, Sakuma Zingami Lambew.
And I'm your host, Priest Most High, Lucifer D. Lambew.
And
Thank you and welcome again.
3 more days left until the sign of the great 7-year tribulation. I don't like this thing, it makes much noise.
I was doing that one before.
Yeah, but I think we can take it without it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oops. No.
Welcome again to this telecast, this live stream. Now, I guess the 3 days before the sun disappears, it's really less than 72 hours now. So by the time this is finished and over with, we're actually going to probably be about 48 hours out. But nonetheless, you get the point. This is the countdown to the solar eclipse
that's going on Monday.
Yep. That'll be happening Monday. And as you can see, we have Priest of the Most High, Sakuma the Lambew back. Feeling better, I hope. And, we're really happy to have you back. I'm sure.
But it's not about me, praise be to Yah. Most High brings us out here, opening up this podcast, live podcast, so that we can connect with Israel to hear what's going on with you and answer your questions, Yah willing, and
spirit and truth.
And spirit and in truth. And of course, obviously, when 2 or more together, the Most High is in the midst. So,
truly in the midst.
Truly in the midst. So that's what we're here to do. As we march forward to the sign of the Great Tribulation. Again, it's happening Monday, August 21st of 2017. That is a sign. We're not saying that something astronomical is going to happen on that particular day in that particular, second. We're saying is that that's the sign for the 7-year Great Tribulation. Yeshua told the people at the time that no sign will be given to such a wicked generation, I'm paraphrasing, except the sign of Jonas, right? And in the sign of Jonas, there was a solar eclipse, right? And then 40 days later, the judgment was supposed to fall on the town of Nineveh. So if this is the sign of the Great Tribulation, then Yah willing, like the sign of Jonas, the solar eclipse is shown, and then 40 days would be until the actual judgment of America. Praise be to Yah. And we already know that the redemption of Israel, the sign for the redemption of Israel, appears 33 days after the sign of the Great Tribulation. And then 7 days after that is the Day of Atonement.
Which would complete the 40.
Marking a complete 40 days from the solar eclipse that's happening Monday. So again, we're not saying it's going to happen on the very same day. We're saying that it's going to be 40 days, as in the sign of Jonas, that Yahshua Mashiach talked about during his ministry. All right.
So a lot of stuff's going on. Obviously, we got the completion of the Revelations chapter 12 sign that's going on in the heavens. We got the solar eclipse and the 40-day period that is the sign of Jonah. And we got the redemption of basically Israel on the horizon, Yah willing.
Yah willing.
Kaleidoscoping right with the 7-year tribulation, Yah willing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on, and we only have a little bit of time left before these things will come to pass, Yah willing. Now, I think we got some stuff coming out In terms of the scriptures, go ahead and let you got something you ready for? You put some more?
I wasn't necessarily,
Ready
but
yet? All right, no worries. Right.
well, we can go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 8. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, Destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servants' sakes, that I may not destroy them all." See, the great tribulation is coming, man. He says not destroy them all. So we're dealing with a strong God, man. That's why it's important for you to look into your life, look into what you're doing. Make sure that you're abiding by the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. He's talking about not destroying all of his servants. So you already know right then and there that there's some servants that's going to go straight down, man. Because of iniquity, because of wrongdoing. Because we all know the Most High is a righteous God, man, and He don't like wickedness. He don't play around with wickedness. He don't play around with sin. So, let that be a warning to you, servants that are doing this work, and also servants that are not doing this work. Remember, there's a good servant who was doing the work up into the end when the master came, and then there was an evil servant who began to drink with the drunkards and began to beat his fellow servants. And when the master came, that servant was tossed into utter darkness with the hypocrites and the wicked. So the Most High both called them both servants, but only one of them was rewarded with righteousness, and the other one was rewarded with judgment. So when the Most High is telling you that He's not going to destroy all His servants, He's going to maintain the servants that are good servants, that has done wisely in dealing with his hedge that He gives them for this work, and then He's going to deal with the other ones who did unwisely with the hedge that He put upon them, who didn't do the work, who was drinking with the drunkards, meaning all into these holidays or into money or into women or into whatever, and not doing the work of the Lord. And He's going to toss those niggas in the outer darkness with the hypocrites and the wicked. We don't want to be those wicked servants. You don't want to be those wicked servants. No one would want to be. So again, that's why Lambew Ministry, we do our due diligence and letting you know to look into your life critically. Abide by the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Seek the Most High while He may be found, and do the work that the Most High gives you to do. Don't be lazy. Don't be faint. Don't be trying to get into the ways of this world, trying to spend time with an old girl, and just not taking this seriously. Because you know what, the Most High gave you a hedge to do this work. He means you to do it. Many are called, but few are chosen. Right.
Right.
So I mean, do the work, man. Do the work for the Most High, man. Don't take this as a rest, because this ain't our rest. But work diligently in doing the work of the Lord, so that when He returns, Yah willing, He glorifies His servants, the good servants that did His work in spirit and in truth, that didn't take tithes and offerings of money, that didn't try to get a name out this bitch for themselves, but that did it earnestly for the Most High.
And also, just to follow up, notice how it just cuts Esau's lies that he tries to say, where these devils are trying to tell us that, oh, if America's destroyed, you're going to be destroyed right along with them. The ones that say, oh, if America is wicked and Babylon's wicked and all this wickedness, whatever you guys say Babylon's doing, then you'll ride along with them. You're going to be punished and suffer right along with the suffocating white man, right along with all these devils. It cuts that, because the Most High is clearly saying that though He's going to bring His wrath, though He's going to bring judgment, that He's going to make a separation between those who are at the edge of that wrath, at the heel, at the that judgment's for, and then the people of the Most High, the servants that He has chosen, that they're not going to be the ones suffering under that same thing. So there's a separation that He expects of Israel to separate from these other nations, but also there's going to be a separation in terms of who gets His wrath and destruction and who don't. So there's a separation coming. Just again, cuts that lie that somehow just because we're here in Babylon, just because we're the slaves of this nation, that we're going to be punished right alongside our slave masters.
Now, in regards to those who hold on to Esau, on the other hand, those who put their faith in America, those who don't want to come unto the Lord, the Most High says this unto you all. The same book of Isaiah, chapter 55, this time verse 11 and 12. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a troop, or excuse me, that prepare a table for that troop, which is the wicked, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number, meaning those of Israel who hold on to the so-called white people, who serve the so-called white people, who love and try to lift up and extol the so-called white people, and don't go back to the Most High in spirit and in truth. He's talking about you. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delight not. Meaning they choose the world, man. See, there's a choice going on. Israel is either choosing the Most High and the kingdom to come, putting your heart and your treasure with the Lord and his work, or it's choosing this world, man, with the leaders of the Edomites being over this world, right? He's saying that if you Israelites choose this world and not the kingdom of God, choose to serve this world and not serve the Most High, that he called out to you, he called out to all Israel, right? To come back to him in spirit and in truth, do his word, do his servants, right? He called all Israel, but not everybody's listening, right? There's Israelites who ain't listening. They turning the channel, they seeing what we're talking about and going to another page. They looking at Alice in Wonderland. They're looking at some sort of movies or TV or Netflix or whatever, and they're not paying attention to the men of the Most High speaking the word of the Lord through this live podcast and other platforms and other camps and so forth. There are Israelites who see this, see what's going on, but choose to do something else, choose to occupy something else, choose to put their mind, heart, their treasure in something else. And it doesn't matter what that else is. It doesn't matter whether it's a wife. It doesn't matter whether it's children. It doesn't matter whether it's working at a six-figure job or whatever have you. It doesn't matter what that something else is, right? They're still choosing that over the word of the Lord, thus over the Most High. See, you just see us two out here. You don't see the Most High, the one pulling the strings, the one moving the mouths, the one putting the words in the brother's mouth. You don't see him, right? You just see us. And there are those of you who decide that there's something better to do than listen to the word coming out of this podcast or this ministry or any other ministry that is planted by the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, you decide to do something else, whether that be doing whatever. And then you think that when the judgment comes, we think when great tribulation actually takes place, that somehow your ass is going to be protected. Why? Because you looked at this for 2.3 seconds before you flicked the channel,
you know,
right? Because you asked one question before you bounced to something else,
you know,
because you cared about something else greater than the word that the Most High has given his servants to give unto you, right? So you think, now again, if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. But you think that it hurts us that there's 2-3 views on this podcast. It don't hurt us.
Viewers on the live feed.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt us. We're doing the work of the Lord. We're doing what the Lord told us to do. We're doing what the Lord moved us to do.
You think it hurts us if you don't ask any questions?
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt us. It just hurts you.
Yeah, because the Most High is telling you right then and there that he's going to punish those who he called and did not answer, man. The call is a live podcast right now. This is the call.
That's right.
The call is us brothers out here doing the work, okay, spreading the gospel of the kingdom to come to the children of Israel, making it available to you.
That's
this
right.
is the call. You don't think you want to answer it? You don't think you want to participate? You don't think you want to turn on the channel? You want to do something else? Then that's on you. Your blood is on your own hands, because he said right here that he's giving you up to the sword. Therefore will I number you to the sword. This is the God of Israel talking about 2/3 of the children of Israel, man, or the rebels, or should I say, and the rebels. See, the Most High ain't playing around with Israel, man. Everybody ain't gonna be saved for what's coming to this earth, man. There are going to be those who take this seriously, who answer the call that the Most High is given, and they are going to be the ones that reach the land of milk and honey.
That's right.
And then there are those who are chosen from the foundations of the earth, and those are going to be the anointed 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe of Israel, that's going to inherit, right, the dominion, the power, the authority, right? They're gonna inherit eternity, right, without even having to see death, right? But many are chosen. Excuse me, many are called, but few are chosen, right? You can't just make yourself one of those brothers. Those brothers was made by the Most High from the foundation of the earth. It's not based on your works. It's not based on what you do. It's based on the Most High who calleth. He's the one who chose at the foundation of the earth, right? What your works and your faith, what they do is make sure that you ain't the rebellious, make sure that you ain't the 2/3, because the Most High ain't getting rid of righteous. He's going to get rid of unrighteous. Right? Now, whether you like this message or whether you don't like this message, again, the Most High is the one who moves us to do what we do. We don't do it for you. We do it for Him. And we don't change the message for you. We change it for Him. And again, if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe don't fit, then don't wear it. Right? All right? The Most High knows His people. And it says right here what He's going to do with them. All right? So for those of you who hear the call but don't want to do anything, then you know what's coming. The sword's coming. This great tribulation's coming, right?
We want to take the time to welcome all the new viewers to the
podcast.
Live podcast. Take the opportunity to sound off. Let us know who you are and where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any
questions or whatever, not definitely take the time to put them on there so that you can be your voice can be heard.
Brothers, can I answer your questions? Y'all willing?
Y'all willing, most definitely. Again, we're counting down the days. Days are getting closer to the astrological sign that is at least the solar eclipse that is or would be or might be or could be the start of Yonah's 40 days till judgment sign.
Which Levin's ministry personally believes that at the beginning of the 7-year Great Tribulation, the sign is the sign of Jonas, in which it was from Nineveh, in which they gave 40 days before judgment was pronounced. And what the judgment is that means there's no turning back. There's no from the 40-day point. There's no more redemption aspect. Now we know from the scriptures, the Most High ain't given extension to Babylon, right? With the transgender, with the gay, homosexuality, all this filth, this bitch ain't getting any extension. But in the Jonas's case,
they did
get an extension. They did get, forgiveness. You know,
in the form of a extension.
Yeah, because
later on,
Nineveh actually
was
did get
destroyed.
taken. Yeah,
but just not then.
Not then. So the Great Tribulation, the sign of the Great Tribulation is Monday. Those of you who can see it, I suggest you watch it. I know we're gonna see if we can catch it. It's only about 3 minutes or something like that. And I don't think from our position it's gonna be a full solar eclipse. I think it's gonna be like a crescent solar eclipse. But whatever have you, we're still gonna do our best to observe it. Most High don't make the sun and the moon and the stars for nothing. He makes them for signs and seasons. So, and he makes it so that Israel may know what's coming. So at least we can do is take a look at it. Praise be to Yah. But again, don't let someone take this truth from you. Don't let a TV show, don't let a series, don't let a wife or kids, don't let someone else distract you from this truth and give you a pseudocentric reason not to plug in to Israel, to the man of God that the Most High is planted in order to guide you through this troublesome times that are coming. Don't let somebody else, get you to focus in on things that don't matter and then to ignore the things that do. Because right there, when we was reading in the scriptures, the Most High is going to give you up to the sword, right? And once the Most High gives you up, ain't no one going to save you from what's coming. Not me, not priest of the Most High, Lucifer D. Lambew. Ain't nothing going to be able to stop the judgment coming down upon these wicked ass Israelites who refuse to come back into this truth in spirit and in truth because they want to run around with the world. They want to hang tan with Esau. They want to get the money. They want to get the women. They want to get the pleasures of this world, and they're not trying to hear about sacrifice. They ain't trying to hear about being meek and being humble before advancement. They ain't trying to hear about putting your treasure in the Lord and in the kingdom to come and not in this world. They wanted all of this world, and they want to believe that when the kingdom of God comes, that they're going to inherit that as well. It just doesn't work that way, Israel. It don't work that way. You go to trials and tribulations now, and through your trials and tribulations, you come back to the Lord in spirit and in truth, and He will reward you with the kingdom to come, man. That's how it works, man. It don't work the opposite. That's the world telling you you can have what you want in this world and still catch God on the flip side. It don't work that way, Israel. That's a lie, Israel. That's a deception, Israel. Yo, we're doing this podcast. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, we don't got no fans on. Yeah, we're in a heat wave, 90 degrees plus.
No joke.
But we're still making this ourselves available, this word available to the children of God. The children of God, man. Even to those who don't want to hear it. Even to those who don't want to hearken unto the word of the Lord, who may want to try to buck up and try to, try to, do something.
That's right.
We let this available even to the Gentiles and the scoffers and the mockers who come onto this thing thinking that they can find a way in which to find something to accuse the men of God, who watching and listening, trying to figure out whether they can catch us slipping, right? Or those alphabet soups, those CIA, those FBI agents who are just waiting for somebody to say something so they can kick in the door and drag us out, and try to deal with the men of God because they don't like this truth. But we're still doing it all the same. We don't care about, the opposition. We don't care about these wicked motherfuckers. We're doing this for the Lord, and we got no fear in the face of our enemies.
Bold as lions.
Bold as lions.
Since we're talking about the alphabet soups, welcome to the podcast, the live podcast for all the new viewers.
Yo,
make sure to sound off. Let us know who you are.
And where you're from, man. Where you're calling from.
Say what's up.
Come on, open your
mouth and let your voice be heard.
And
welcome again to the podcast.
Most definitely. Because this is an opportunity to talk to us live, man, just like it's an opportunity for us to talk to you live. You got questions, now's the time to ask them. You got concerns, now it's time to voice them, right? Because after 3 days, when the great tribulation sign is in the sun, the sun is in the sky, right? There may not be time for all this back and forth.
After the solar eclipse, a false flag may jump off. Remember, they desperately tried to put the brakes on the internet, tried to have internet pull switches, kill switches. The police tried to have special software that can shut down people's cameras from the ability to shoot, ability to get live feed and whatever, not in a target area. This is technology that they've been working on in preparation for these moments that are on the horizon. It's very possible that something can interrupt the feed. We know that these alphabet soups have done cyber warfare, cyber attacks on our site before, and especially now that we're doing live broadcasts, where they have, with one episode, with one live broadcast, been able to erase the temporary file online to prevent us from being able, or anyone to be able to download that particularly live broadcast. Now, the men of God don't take any of this stuff for granted, and we suggest you don't take any of this stuff for granted either.
Download
as much as you can.
As much as you can, man.
Because there will come a time where this
podcast, this ministry, this truth
will not be
available.
Will not be available. The famine, the next famine, the hit. The big famine is going to be of the word of God,
as it is written.
As it is written, and the man of God is going to be out of this bitch.
Y'all willing?
Y'all willing? So, they'll be asking, have you seen a man of God? Have you seen one of the Most High's children that teach this truth? come through here and they'll be like, nah, we haven't seen none of them. Haven't seen none of them in a long time. So, in preparation for what's to come, in subservience to the Most High, in faith in the Most High's word, and what the Most High says, that nothing that He says comes back to Him void. Take the time while there is time to download that which you can. I mean, if these alphabet soups and these demons are doing so much and so hard to stop this live cast, to stop this truth from coming out there, surely they must be doing it for a reason, right? I mean, surely there's something that we're saying. The truth is that they don't want you to know, right? So take the opportunity to download it. And again, welcome to all our viewers. And take the opportunity to sound off and let us know who you are and where you come from,
Yeah.
that you may be acknowledged, that your voice may be heard, that
Even
that
if
your
you don't have a
question
question, man,
may be answered.
let us know who's watching. Let us know who's out there. All right. It just shows the viewers.
This is live, people.
Yeah. It don't tell us what your name is, what city and state you come from. Let me start it for you. This is Kuma Zangami Lambew. Here in Sanger, California. What's up?
Yeah, this is Patrice Most High Lucifer D. Lambew, and this is the whole Fresno area, that we're hitting you guys up from. How about you? Who's out there?
Yeah, who's out there? Who's watching,
We're
man?
checking eyeballs.
Let us know. Would also, if you have any questions and so forth as well. Boo Boo, shalom, bro. Okay.
Shalom, Boo Boo.
Yeah, we see you, Boo Boo. I'm glad to have you back. Thanks for letting us know you watching. Now, how about the rest of you? How about the rest of you? All right. The Most High puts a spirit in our hearts and our minds to do this work, to open ourselves up to the children of Israel, so that we may answer your questions, so we may fellowship with you, though, too. Don't think of this just as learning and teaching, because it is learning and teaching, but it's also fellowshipping too, man. You know, fellowshipping with righteous people of the Most High, man. Fellowship with our brethren, our kinsmen of the flesh and of the spirit, y'all willing.
God willing.
We're fellowshipping with you guys as well, man. Because the Most High is the God of Israel, man, and He's our God, man. He's our God, and He gives us peace, and He gives us understanding, and He gives us fellowship with amongst each other. The end of the curses are upon us, man.
Yeah, they're at the door.
They're at the door, man. So killing each other, being mean to each other,
mean spirited.
That shit's going out the door, man. It's all about coming back in spirit and truth now.
That's right.
There ain't no East, there ain't no West, there ain't no Bloods and the Crips. There ain't no this camp versus that camp. It's all about the Most High now, man. It's the Most High is flipping the script now, man.
That's right.
All right. He's bringing us together. He ain't tearing us apart. He's lifting us up. He ain't bringing us down. This is the time, O Israel. Come back to Him in spirit and in truth, and come back to loving each other, as kinsmen,
and forgiving one another,
of our iniquities.
Yeah, whatever beef, whatever gripe that you have, lest you not be forgiven when the Most High shows up.
Yeah,
the Most High reveals Himself.
There's some Israelites who will forgive the white man for the 400 years of captivity and slavery,
if it was up to them.
If it was up to them, but won't forgive their brethren for stepping on their shoes, for saying some bad words or having some bad continence. They're willing to be against that brother for the rest of their life
till death.
And they think that the Most High is going to forgive them of their sins. Come on, man.
Just because they can do some lip service to some subhuman Neanderthals. I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah. So in all reality, man, you gotta come back to the Most High in spirit and truth. You gotta love your brother, right? If you don't love your own brother, man, then you're a murderer.
That's right.
As Yahshua Mashiach explained.
If you hate your brother, you're a murderer.
If you hate your brother in your heart, you're a murderer.
And if you can't show your brother love and whatnot, he whom you have seen, then how can you show love to Most High, he who you have not seen? Because no man has seen the face of the Most High and lived.
Praise be to Yah. So that right there, it tells you right there, man.
As it is written.
As it is written. So I'm glad to have you guys with us. I'm glad to be fellowshipping with you all. I feel a hell of a lot better than I did yesterday. We got Marcia Mason, Mekia Israel tuning in. Praise be to Yah.
All right, Marcia.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Welcome.
Boo Boo says, come on, people, let's ask some end time questions. Let's do it for the people that are going to watch this tomorrow and other days. Ask something, brethren. Shalom, Marcia Mason. Again,
All right,
yeah, we're all
right.
here together, man. I mean, because you know what? When that great tribulation jumps off, there's going to be a lot of Israelites trying to hold a hook and come together as well, man. The great gathering is soon
It's
come
soon
as
coming.
well. This is just merely a prerequisite for that great gathering.
The micro, the practice.
There you go. The Most High is opening Lampshades ministry up to gather with the people.
That's right.
Because in that day, man, the great gathering, woo, we're gonna be seeing people from all around the world, you know, all around America for sure,
For sure.
coming together, you know, as Israel, right? Because you got all these heathens coming to see the solar eclipse on Monday. They're coming from all over the world to see the solar eclipse on Monday. You know, let alone what's going to happen with Israel when the Most High brings all Israel together.
Wonder how many,
remnant.
wonder how many Jakes or how many Israelites from around the world will might be part of that coming over to America for this sign.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I mean, when whatever jumps off, wonder how many of them may be in the pot too. You just never know. Nothing. The men of God's steps ain't his own. The Most High moves our steps.
Yeah.
Most High moves their steps.
Mm-hmm.
Best believe them. All these people come from these other countries to this country for this solar eclipse is not by accident.
Not by accident, bro.
You know, I mean, they got a date with the solar eclipse. They got
With
a date
the judgment.
with this sign. They got a date with this 40-day judgment period.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Yah willing is about to take place. They may not know it yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it ain't by accident that they're gonna be on this country's soil,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore they're gonna be part of. It's gonna be part of party time.
Praise be to Yah. I mean, don't get it twisted, man. The Most High is a judgment for Edom, man. The self-proclaimed white people, man. I mean, we love you guys. You are our brethren or whatever.
Our wicked twin
A
brother,
wicked
but
twin
hey, you're
brother,
our brother
but you're
nonetheless.
still our brethren. But just be honest with you, the Most High got a judgment for Edom, man. And the Edomites as a kingdom is going to come down by great slaughter.
Crashing down.
Crash and burn. Now look, check it. In Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom
That's right.
with dyed garments from Basra?
That's right.
This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength, that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the winepress?
Yeah.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. See, so as Israel is redeemed, the so-called Edomites, the kingdom of Edom, is going to go straight down.
Yeah, but also notice that he said that their garments were had red on them as if they were with him. That's
Blood.
all the blood that they just shed of Israel. You know, that's the children that are killed in the Planned Parenthood. That's the children that are being gunned down on the streets for the Edomites. You know, that's what they've been doing to us all this time.
Yeah, but
they're guilty.
Yeah, they're guilty. They are. But also know this: that when he says that he's coming from Edom and his garment is bloodied, that's the blood of Edom, right? Because when he goes through, he's gonna be destroying all these motherfuckers. They're talking about he's coming to redeem him. No, he's coming to redeem Israel, but he's coming to destroy Edom, and their blood is gonna be sprinkled on his garment, meaning his white garments are gonna be red because of their blood that he's gonna shed in his vengeance, in his judgment coming upon Edom, coming upon America, coming upon the European Union, coming upon all these European countries. Right?
As is written, the slain of the Lord will be many.
The slain of the Lord is going to be many. So the Most High's only begotten Son, he's getting prepared to bring vengeance upon these other nations. All right, we got some new people here. We got some Madara, Akia,
Uh-oh,
Shalom.
we got ourselves a disbeliever.
No problem. Uh, she says, I am new. Then we have
Welcome.
welcome,
Welcome,
Madara.
Madara Uchiha.
Nice name, by the way.
Yeah, you know where that goes from.
Now, she says that Edom is Saudi. Now, okay, now I've heard this from other camps and individuals trying to spread that rumor. Okay, East Saudi or Saudi Arabia is not Edom. Okay?
No, it's not there, Uchiha. Sorry.
Sorry, it's not Edom.
But we're gonna prove that.
We're gonna show
with
it
the
to
scriptures.
you. We're gonna show it to you. But it's not Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but you're still welcome, and thank you for the question
Well, thank you for the question
and
statement.
statement. But we're gonna go ahead and get into that so that you can see who the Edomites are as per the scriptures.
Okay, because we already know that the scriptures teach us that Esau was the end of the world.
Yep.
And Jacob was the beginning of what comes next. Meaning,
as is written,
the person who would have dominion over the world at the time of the end would be Esau. Yes. And Saudi Arabia, believe it or not, doesn't rule the world, man.
No. If they ruled the world, then those ragheads wouldn't get bombed right now
in the Middle East
by America in the Middle East.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be America wouldn't be using nuclear tipped weaponry, tactical nukes in the Middle East that's poisoning the land. They wouldn't be having bunches of children that are born with radiation poisoning and all kinds of stuff fucked up from this war that
Saudi Arabia don't rule this world. Right? They have oil.
By any stretch,
they sell it to the white man, right? Sure. But they themselves don't rule nothing.
Just like Africa got gold, it got jewels, it got natural resources,
and they're getting plundered.
And they ain't ruling nothing.
But they ain't ruling nothing either.
So just because you have resources, just because all these nations are going to you to plunder you, doesn't mean that you're ruling the world. You're not ruling nothing. You're just being used.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get the proof for you. Again, Saudi Arabia is not Esau, right? Just like the in Africa, there's a country called Niger, right? Yeah. But that doesn't make it the homeland for all the children of Israel, right? Because you take off the G, you put on the G, and now it's nigger. But come on, man. You can play word games all you want to, but that doesn't mean that they're
the Bible describes Esau.
So let's
see if what the Bible says describes some Saudi Arabian raghead or describes
the so-called white man.
Self-proclaimed white man.
In Genesis chapter 25, verse 22, and the children, talking about Esau and Jacob, we know Jacob to be Israel, our people, but the question is, who is Esau, right?
Yeah.
And the children struggled together within her. Yeah. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. See, the Lord is the one that's going to tell you who Esau is.
Yeah.
Right? And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So already letting you know right now that these 2 people come from the same mother, but they're separated within her womb, right? Right. And we know,
which is another way of
this is an example of 2 children being leprous, right?
But it's also
being what's it called? It's
albinos.
Albino, yeah. Where one is black and the other one is white.
Because Jacob is the so-called black man.
Yeah.
So-called
Negros. Right.
But check it though too.
And Esau, as it's going so far, is a so-called white man because again, albinoism is when one comes out black and one comes out white, even though the mother is black
and the father.
And the father's black. So they're separated from the womb.
Now check it too. Womb can also be synonymous in the spirit for like habitation, living arrangement. Like check it. The self-proclaimed white man is here in America, right? And so are the so-called Negroes here in America. But they're separated, they're separate nations. Hence, white America and black America. Where do you see Saudi Arabia, America?
But let's continue on though, because it goes deeper than that.
It goes deeper, but hey, just check it. It's already starting to talk about it.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? All right, so these two people are separated, but yet they're in relation to each other. One is the elder, one is the younger, and one is going to serve the younger. The elder is going to serve the younger. But let's continue on.
Now, just real quick, in the spirit again, check it. All right, who came to America first? Was it the self-proclaimed white man or was it so-called Negroes? Self-proclaimed white man came to America first, right? And then he went to Africa, and then they brought the Negroes here to this country in the year 1619. All right, so they've been on this soil in comparison to so-called Negroes first as well. So I mean, there you go. That's yeah, we know that in the literal, Esau was the elder brother of Jacob,
and Jacob was the younger brother.
And Jacob was the younger brother.
And Esau had the dominion. He had the blessing first.
Yeah.
But he sold his blessing onto Jacob, the so-called Negroes. So the end of this world is his kingdom. We're living in the so-called white man's kingdom right now. Yeah. That's who you pay your taxes to. America. When you want to get married to a black woman, you got to go to a white judge, right?
Right.
When you want to pray to God, you go to what these Christian Catholic churches with these white pastors and preachers and this white leprous JC, right? Your black ass is bending down, bowing down to a white image, not to an Saudi Arabian image, but to a white image, right?
Yeah, there's no Saudi Arabian version of JC.
Yeah. So again, we ain't playing no games, we ain't playing no jokes, we ain't playing no confusion or deception. We're all about the truth here in Lampshades Ministry. So let's keep going.
We're gonna fight it with the truth.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So they're the closest between these two nations.
Yeah, like we told you, albinoism, man. That's the only thing.
They come from some so-called black people.
That's the only thing that explains a black baby and a white baby coming from the same woman.
But you ain't gonna see no Negro baby and no Saudi Arabian baby coming from two Negro parents. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's foolishness.
That's not.
But let's continue. That don't make no sense. Because we ain't done yet. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Yeah, like we're twins.
You're talking to twins.
Praise be to God.
We got to understand a twin, baby. Believe it.
Most likely.
Y'all willing.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. Not
Ishmael.
Not Ishmael. Not Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia comes from Ishmael, not Esau.
Ishmael,
yes,
is not uncle,
not Esau. Esau came out red. Now we all know the self-proclaimed white man isn't white. He's red. He's a pink red devil.
His blood shines through his skin for lack of pigmentation.
I don't even like saying shines. His blood shows through his skin.
His blood shows through his skin
ain't nothing,
for lack of pigmentation.
There ain't nothing righteous about him.
Exactly.
Okay. He's the only one that has no pigmentation whatsoever. If you got a drop of melanin, then you ain't white.
Exactly.
You ain't the so-called white man.
Yeah.
Right? And we all know that either Edom, right, spoiled
was spoiled by the fallen angels.
And they spoiled Saudi Arabia. They spoiled the Middle East.
Esau spoiled the Middle East.
That's the reason why they got European features
in the Middle East,
in Saudi Arabia.
That's why the Palestinians and the Jewish fakes look dang near alike.
So if Saudi is Esau, then why the hell is the so-called white man is the one who raped and robbed and spoiled their seed, and now their image is put upon the Saudi Arabians?
Exactly.
If they're Esau, then why the hell is the white man's image on them instead of their image on the white man?
They're one of the Edomites' victims.
Yeah, they're not
just like all the other countries and all the other continents that they colonialized, which meant basically raped, robbed, murdered, and castrated and genocided.
Yeah. So Saudi Arabia has the white man's features,
like the so-called Indians have the white man's features now too, right?
Because of colonialization, when they came out the Caucasus Mountains, the fallen angels gave them superior weapons, and they used those superior weapons,
like guns,
to conquer all the continents on the world. That's the reason why the Japanese and the Chinese look white when we all know
originally they were black.
Even though we all know that
pigment.
all the nations were dark skinned nations, and so the white man came out of those Caucasus mountains, and they do rape, rob, and murder, colonialize all the continents, turning black people of all different nations to white. That's why you got white Chinese, that's why you got white Japanese. That's the reason why you got European features on Saudi Arabians who come from the lineage of Ishmael.
And of course, the people who colonize the world are the ones that run and rule the world. I mean, it's made now in their image.
In their image, not in Saudi Arabia's
That's
image.
Esau.
Yeah.
And Saudi, well, they don't keep the mustard.
Yeah, they're just playing with words, man. All right. Lest you say that Nigeria is the land of all the niggers. Get the hell out of here. We don't hear that. It's not true.
It's not true.
Verse 26. And after that comes his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. See, because Esau, the firstborn, is going to be the end of this world. They're the ones in power right now. They're the world power, which is the European power, which is so-called Union, white people.
You know,
and we take hold of their heel because our kingdom is coming next.
We got next.
We got next, right? And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, now, a man of the field.
Now, notice they didn't say, they gave no description of Jacob, simply because all the people at that time have melanin.
They were black. Now, again, a cunning hunter. Who the hell is the one going to Africa hunting the animals, hunting the tigers, hunting the giraffes, hunting all the elephants and shit like that, and then killing them, bringing them to America, and then posting them on their walls? That's so-called white, man. So-called white people, man.
Edomites.
They're the ones that go camping, bungee jumping. They're the ones that go hunting. They're the ones that have that spirit, man.
You look at the 92% of Americans that have guns, and you see a vast majority of them, almost all of them, a vast majority of them, it's self-proclaimed white people.
Yeah, they're self-proclaimed white man, man.
They're the hunter.
He's the hunter. Who the hell was hunting your ass back, not you specifically, but our people back in slavery with their hunting dogs, right? That was so-called white man.
Exactly.
Hunting
men of the field.
Men of the field, man. They're the same people, man, the same characteristics.
They're the violent
warmongers. But let's continue on because, again, time's always short.
There's more.
There's so much more, right? And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Like, hey, no one debating the fact that we're Jacob.
That's right. Well, they try to debate, but it's not debatable.
But you want to debate that Esau is the white man, even though the white man's our enemies, even though the white man brought us from slavery, even though the white man is the one beating us, killing us, lynching us, putting us in prison, keeping us in barrios and ghettos. But you want to say Saudi Arabia?
Perpetual anger and evil towards us.
Saudi Arabia haven't done shit to us right now. They may have helped during the slave trade.
Yeah, they may have sold us into slavery to the white man, but they by themselves ain't doing shit to us right now.
Yeah, we got that already. But what the fuck are they doing now?
And don't get it twisted.
And what have they done for the 400 years of us being in slavery?
And don't get it twisted. They getting theirs when the Israelites come back into power. But we know who Esau is.
Yeah.
And that's self-proclaimed white.
That's the same nigga who whipping your back, same one throwing you in prison, same one taking your children away, the same one who's giving you hell on this earth.
He's the wicked. He's the one that which the scriptures say the world was given into the hand of the wicked. That's Esau, right? He's the wicked. Who's the one doing the gay marriage and pushing that everywhere? Homosexuality, transgender filth. I mean, those Saudis with the ragheads, they still got their women wearing veils. And how the hell is that wicked?
Hijah's in the car, man.
How's that wicked? Yeah. And they're covering their women's bodies.
Yeah, you gotta make.
How's that wicked?
You gotta make sure that the Most High gives you the power of discernment, because you gotta know the difference between what looks wicked and what's not wicked. You know? But let's continue on though.
Let's continue
because it ain't over. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob, and Jacob sought porridge. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me." Hey, isn't that Edomite? Hey, that's Edomite. His name is Feed Me, right?
Yeah.
He was a part of the podcast.
Yeah, well, that's one of them.
Yeah.
The guy is Uchia.
Yeah, this is Uchia, but there was another Edomite called Feed Me.
Feed Me.
Yeah, it's funny, huh? But anyway, that's just a little side note.
And notice the in slavery or whatever, whatnot, and even today, you got the so-called Negroes were the ones that were feeding and taking care of the Edomite children,
serving them.
and you see Esau in every one of these different races, food places. They have the Chinese restaurants, they have the soul food places. Yeah, they're getting all this being fed by all these other nations. I mean, it's part of their character, part of their personality.
But here's a key point. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me,
Yep.
I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom.
Edom.
Now see, and then of course, and Jacob said, "Sell me thy birth. Sell me this day thy birthright."
Yeah.
Okay, but look, the portage was raw meat, man. Right? Who likes meat medium rare?
Rare and medium rare.
The so-called white man, so-called white people.
Well, they say they got a saying: if it ain't mooing, it ain't you know it's too cooked. I mean, they like their meat rare.
Yeah, that's not Saudi Arabia, man. When's the last time you heard a Saudi Arabian prince talking about give me don't cook meat, give it to me raw?
When's the last time you see Saudi Arabia in soul food place? Look, or in a Chinese restaurant talking about giving some of you guys food. They're not interested. They got their own food.
Now, so the case is, just to answer your question, Esau is a so-called white man. All right, I don't give a damn that they can play around with Saudi and put an E and put everything and just write down Edom or whatever. Okay? Saudi. It's just a playing of words. Okay, it's just like how they say Jesus is an anagram for Zeus, man. It's a playing of words, or how Santa is an anagram for Satan, right? They use words, they play around with words as part of their sorcery.
And it's also how Esau has remained hidden for so long.
Exactly.
But now the truth is out.
Exactly.
They're the bloodthirsty motherfuckers going around stealing, like the blessing for Esau was stealing people's lands, living by the sword, and taking their blessing from everybody else.
Yeah, so basically we already showed you right there in Genesis. There's other places too, but we don't want to go all day on it because we have other videos that go in detail proving that the so-called white man is Esau of the Bible. So right, praise be to God. Hopefully that answers your question, you know. But we're here to tell you right now that Esau-y lie that's pushing around is not the truth. Go further, Mr. Moore. It's not the truth. It's not real.
All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. All right, so but Madar Uchi, if you want more truth, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to take a look at the Bible study series, of the Word of Yah series,
and the other telecasts.
All right, Dia Merci, Shalom, brother. I want to know what kind of the Bible that you guys ready, and where can I get one? All right, excellent.
Okay, well, the Bible that we're reading is the Holy Bible, King James Version, right? And I know my brother, he goes into the 1611 version, right?
Which is one of the earliest versions.
Which is the earliest version,
Bible, 1611.
Yeah,
and you can get that off of Amazon.
Internet, you know.
For as little as what? I think about 30, 40, 60, 40, 30, 40 bucks.
Yeah, so just to answer your question, that's the Bible we're reading from, and
that's where you can get it.
That's where you can get it.
Marcia Mason says, will you please elaborate on Esau not being the European? I'm hearing a lot of that now. But we just went on to say
confirm that Esau is the so-called self-proclaimed white man.
Yeah.
It is the Europeans.
It is the Europeans.
He is the Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains.
He is the one that has the 7 to 10% Neanderthal DNA.
He's the one
is the fallen angel DNA, which proves the mark of who Esau would be in the end days.
He's also the one who came out of the Caucasus Mountains and through colonizations, raped, murdered, and stole the lands of the Aborigines all around the world. If you don't know that, just Google it.
Just Google it.
Right
now, Boo Boo is adding in the Romans 9 and 13, which is Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated.
Yep, we know that one, Boo Boo.
Yeah, we know that, Boo Boo, and thanks for posting it up. We also have Boo Boo saying the Genesis 25 and 25, which should be the blessing of Esau if I off the top of my head, but go ahead and check that.
Yeah, Genesis 25:25. Actually, he's talking about the one that says, and the verse came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Yes, yeah. So even Boo Boo recognizes that the red is indicative to Esau, and believe it or not, Saudi Arabians, the raghead, excuse me, they're not known for red skin. right?
And they got red hair too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember seeing no Saudi Arabia with red hair.
Yeah, so the self-proclaimed white man is
Is
Esau in the
Esau.
Bible.
Now, Mercy says, I'm new too, but what kind of the Bible you guys ready? And where can I get one? Again,
We
King
already
James
answered that
Version
one, yeah.
1611, or any of the King James versions as early as you can get is good. And you can get them all from Amazon. That's just one of the places. You can also just look online for other places for less expensive Bibles. But again, the earlier the better of the King James Version Bibles. Oh yeah, Boo Boo saying the Hebrew Bible and the Apocrypha. Yes, the King James Version Bible 1611 does have the Apocrypha in it, as well as the New Testament and Old Testament. Mercy of Mason says, if the Saudis are Esau, who is Ishmael?
Exactly. Saudis are not Esau.
That's a real good point, and we're gonna go ahead and push that point. You can really tell what true something is by asking that simple question. If the self-proclaimed white man isn't, just say for instance, they wasn't Esau, then who are they in the Bible? Right? If the self-proclaimed white man wasn't Esau, then who are they? Because everybody else is mentioned, who would they would be? If the Saudi Arabians were Esau, right? Then who's Ishmael? Unless you're trying to say Esau's Ishmael, I mean, give me a break. It doesn't fall through. It doesn't make a spiritual sense. You can't keep with that kind of theology and going through the scriptures. It's just going to confuse people, and that's what they want, more confusion, to try and hide who the real Edomites are.
And the Most High is not the God of confusion. All right, He's the God that we serve in spirit and in truth. And so yes, Saudis is not
the K person said that same thing, the exact same thing. I mean, that's kind of spam.
Yeah.
That he said the last
It's
time.
okay, it's okay. Saudi is Ishmael, and Esau is the so-called white people, the so-called white man.
All right, so we're gonna skip down to Boo Boo. The Boo Boo says the Most High blessed Esau with the sword. That's why they are perfect at war.
Yeah, that's the reason why they made the atom bomb,
the nuclear bomb, the hydrogen bomb,
and so forth and
the
so on.
E-bomb.
And they're the only ones that utilize this bomb, this
ever
technology,
in warfare
against.
What bomb did the Saudi ragheads create? When did they kill millions of people at one time? When have they poisoned the earth with their nuclear weaponry and nuclear material, like what happened with Fukushima, the nuclear power plants that Esau gave these the Moabites or whatever, whatnot, broke down through a typhoon and earthquake or some of that nature, and now it's spilling 800 tons of nuclear waste into the sea a day. All this is on the Edomites kingdom, on the Edomites' head. That's the subcon white man. There's no Saudi Arabian anywhere in sight when it comes to all those things. All right. Boo Boo also says, you said that crap last. Oh yeah, Boo Boo is talking to the guy. We're not mentioning this because he said the same thing over and over again. But anyway, we got Du Mercedes that says, so true. They are brainwashing our brother and sister. Thank you, and continue telling our brother the truth so they can wake up from their sleeping. Yeah, this is no surprise that Esau wants in these final hours in the redemption coming of the so-called Negroes, to the Jews of Scripture, that Esau's trying one last desperate attempt to hide himself again. But history testifies to their brutality and their lies. The Bible testifies to their brutality, their lies, their own science with their genome and the Neanderthal DNA, 7 to 10% Neanderthal DNA in their genome testifies, which is, and the Neanderthals were ape-like beast slash creatures, right? They were subhuman. So their Neanderthal mark on them testifies to their brutality, their savagery, their inhumanity, just like the scriptures and just like real history does. All right, so you can't get no better of a proof of who the Edomites of scripture are today, who the wicked that rule the earth today are, who the people who took the deal that our Messiah Yeshua, the black Messiah, the Negro Messiah, denounced and didn't take. There's no denying who took that deal from the devil, which is the Edomite subcon white man. And all the fingers, all the proof points to them, and that's who they are. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This live podcast, this
sit
in with the lampshades.
Again, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. We're gonna go ahead and end it on that note. It was a big question and a big explanation. We thank you all for coming and being a part of this ministry.
Thank you.
Thank you, and shalom.
Wait, I'm your host, Priest of the Most High, Lucifer D. Lambew.
And I'm your host, Priest of the Most High, Sakuma Zangami Lambew.
And we will see you again on a sit-in with the lampshades. This one being 3 days before the sun disappears broadcast. And shalom.
And shalom.
All right.